No sin antes transmitiros la felicitación de profesores que nos acompañaron ayer y que se fueron pues gratamente sorprendidos por vuestro comportamiento, por vuestra participación y bueno, pues quería agradeceroslo y espero que hoy pues sigamos un poco en la misma línea y participando de todas las actividades que hemos programado para vosotros. Así que un aplauso para vosotros. Como el programa de hoy también es muy apretado, quería deciros brevemente unas palabras porque luego probablemente no nos dé tiempo. Simplemente, igual que agradeceros a vosotros vuestra participación, pues a todos los departamentos implicados que han ido pasando y pasarán hoy por aquí y que han hecho un trabajo pues extraordinario y extra añadido a su labor docente normal. Pues muchas gracias. Un aplauso para todos los departamentos. Al equipo directivo que me acompaña y que sobre todo hoy también están estos 2 días trabajando aquí intensamente, Ana y Juan Carlos, otro aplauso para ellos. Bueno, como sabéis, hoy tenemos un programa también completito. Empezamos con vuestra intervención de cuentacuentos en inglés y otros compañeros están plantando árboles en el exterior. Luego, más adelante, a lo largo de la mañana, os repartirán también los plantones que habéis comprado o árboles adoptados para que llevéis y plantéis en vuestros domicilios, con el compromiso de cuidarlos y de ir informándonos un poco de su crecimiento, de tener ese contacto con la naturaleza y con un elemento relacionado con estos días de celebración. Después tenemos a las 10 de la inauguración de la exposición de pintura. Lamentablemente no podemos entrar todos porque el espacio es muy pequeño, pero va a estar abierta toda la semana para que podáis visitarla pues tranquilamente cuando queráis, ¿vale? También realizada por profesores de plástica, en la que podréis ver pues, diferentes técnicas, diferentes tendencias pictóricas que os pueden pues, ayudar a entender un poquito mejor los contenidos de la materia. Luego tenemos una preciosa obra de teatro ahí fuera, hará un poco de fresco, San Carlos la Cazadora. Los que queráis estar de pie, pues podéis estar de pie, los que queráis sentaros en el suelo y el que quiera, podemos sacar si queréis estos bancos que tenéis por aquí y las sillas, pero con el compromiso de que cuando termine la obra de teatro volver a colocar la silla en el lugar donde la teníais, ¿vale? Y hacerlo con cierta rapidez porque, como digo, el programa es muy apretado. Tendremos un pequeño descanso y otras 2 mesas redondas. Digo otras porque la de ayer supongo que os gustaría mucho, pues estaba muy relacionada con vuestra actividad física y demás. Y hoy tenemos pues, otras visiones, mujeres en la ciencia y diferentes salidas profesionales. Algunos alumnos nos acompañarán, otros no han podido venir y lo harán de forma telemática, mediante vídeos, pero creo que es una oportunidad muy importante. Ayer pues sacamos conclusiones que son extrapolables a cualquier otro oficio, no solo al deporte, el esfuerzo, la valoración del sacrificio, de perseguir una meta que nos planteemos en la vida. Muchas veces esa chispa o esa motivación surge cuando menos nos lo esperamos, ¿no? Muchas veces en actividades complementarias como estas, en una excursión, en una materia que el profesor nos transmite su pasión por la materia. En definitiva, no sabemos cuándo puede surgir esa chispa que nos desvele nuestra vocación, ¿no? Y como veréis en las mesas, algunos excompañeros no han sido alumnos ilustres, han sido alumnos que brillaban en unas materias y se han dedicado a lo mejor en salidas profesionales relacionadas con esas materias, pero que en otras pues eran pues normalitos, ¿no? Incluso a lo mejor suspendían. Y veréis también alumnos que han encontrado su vocación de forma un poco tardía. A lo mejor cuando tenían vuestra edad, pues no les motivaba el estudiar. y después pues han madurado y han salido adelante. Por eso, simplemente deciros que sois pues un diamante en bruto que hay que pulir, y pulirlo cuesta, pero todos tenemos dentro pues, un diamante que puede brillar, ¿vale? Espero que disfrutéis de los actos de hoy y, repito, muchas gracias por vuestra participación, colaboración y comportamiento. Os dejo con las profesoras de inglés que organizan este acto. ¿De acuerdo?
Welcome to the first campus Day contest. Today, 6 groups of students will read and act some stories. There will also be a jury who is going to decide which story is the best played and read, and the winner will receive an award.
The first group is Primero Eso A, and they will tell us the story of Gingerbread Man, a biscuit that came to life and escaped from many people and animals.
Sí, les tomará el cartel ahí. Ahí nos dejó un regalito de la puerta. Seguirían arreglando los servicios. Claro, y nada, gracias. Por eso organizamos otra pasada mañana.
An old woman was baking one day, and she made some ginger. She had some duck leftover, so she made the shape of a lira. She made ice cream and nose.
Cerca un poquito. Si queréis utilizar los otros, acércate un poquito.
An old woman was baking one day, and she made some gingerbread. She had some duck leftover, so she made the shape of a little man. She made ice from him, a nose, and smelly mouth all of carrots, and placed more carrots on his front to look like buttons. Then she laid him on a baking tray and put him into the oven to bake. After a little while, she heard something very clean at the oven door. She opened it, and to her surprise, out jumped the little gingerbread man she had made. She tried to catch him as he ran across the kitchen, but he escaped past her, calling a servant.
Run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
She chased after him into the garden where her husband was digging. He put down his spade and tried to catch him too, but as the gingerbread man speed past him, he called over his shoulder.
Run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
As he ran down the road, he passed a cow. The cow called.
The cow answered, "Stop, gingerbread man. You look good to eat."
But the gingerbread man lost his shoulder over his shoulder.
I ran from an old woman and an old man. Run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
The cow ran after the old woman and the old man, and soon they all crossed a horse.
Stop, I like to eat you.
But the gingerbread man called out.
I ran from an old woman and an old man. And a cow, run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
He ran on with the old woman and the old man and the cow and the horse following, and he went past a party of people haymaking. They all looked up as they saw the gingerbread man, and as he passed them, he called,
I ran from an old woman, and from an old man, and a cow and a horse. Run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
The haymakers joined in chasing, and the old woman and the old man, the cow and the horse, and they all followed him as he ran through the fields. There he met a fox, so he fell out from the horse.
Run, run, as fast as you can. You can catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
But the sly fox said, "Why should I bother to catch it? That gingerbread man will be good to eat." Just after he had run past the fox, the gingerbread man had to stop because he came to a wide, deep, swift-flowing river. The fox saw the old woman and the old man, the cow, the horse, and the haymakers all chasing the gingerbread man, so he said, "Jump on my back, and I'll take you across the river." The gingerbread man jumped onto the fox's back, and the fox began to swim. As they reached the middle of the river where the water was deep, the fox said, "Can you stand on my head, gingerbread man, or will you get wet?" So the gingerbread man pulled his sword and stood onto the fox's head. As the current flowed more swiftly, the fox said, "Can you move onto my nose, gingerbread man, so that I can carry you more safely? I would not like you to drown." The gingerbread man slid onto the fox's nose, but when they reached the bank of the river, the fox suddenly went to snap. The gingerbread man disappeared into the fox's mouth and was never seen again.
Now, Primero El Sobe is going to tell us the story, The Wizard, the Fairy, and the Magic Chicken.
It is about a friendly competition between them.
The Wizard, the Fairy, and the Magic Chicken. There once lived a wizard, a fairy, and a magic chicken. Each thought, "I am the greatest in the world." And this was very jealous of the other two.
My one has a moon on it,
Said the wizard.
my one has a star on it,
Said the fairy.
my one has a ticket on it.
Said the magic chicken.
I can kiss a pig and turn into a bicycle.
Said the wizard. The fairy said.
That's nothing. I can kiss a bicycle and turn it into a little soup.
The magic chicken said.
I can do better than that. I can kiss a little soup and turn it into a big drop.
Each one always said to do the others.
I can make a hiding master with Sharpie. Wow!
Below the wizard, the fairy spoke.
I can make a pumpkin monster with 9 legs. I can make a little monster with baggy eyes.
Yelled the magic chicken. The monsters clapped at the magicians and loudly said. For the very first time, the magicians agreed decided. We have brilliant.
I will make a cloud to hide behind.
Asked the wizard, but the leader of the monsters.
I will make thunder to scare them.
Asked the fairy, but the monsters were not frightened.
I will make lightning that will make them go away.
Cried the magic chicken, but they would not go away, nothing would.
Well, better.
Said the wizard.
Try some.
Said the fairy.
Together.
Said the magic chicken. So they chanted, with a fairy and chicken.
1, 2, 3, go!
The cloud and the thunder and the lightning came away. Suddenly, it rained so fast, and the monsters grew so wet that they struck until they were only really the monsters and not scary. We have fairy and chicken. Said the wizard, the fairy and the magic chicken.
I have faith, though my cloud made the rain.
No, said the wizard, the fairy.
Well, it was because of my thunder.
But not because of my lightning.
Said the magic chicken. There once lived a wizard, a fairy, and a magic chicken. They are friends, but deep down they were very good friends.
Pueden utilizar los micrófonos de mesa también. Estos eran los niños que tenían que interpretar y le daban a un salto de como donde vayan.
It's the turn of Segundo ESO.
They will tell us the story of Hansel and Gretel, a brother and a sister abandoned in a forest.
Hansel and Gretel live in the forest in a tiny cottage with their poor father, who was a cat cutter, and their evil stepmother in the cottage.
What is wrong with you?
Now that the children are sleeping, I have to talk to you.
About what?
We don't have enough food to feed the children. Tomorrow morning we will take them into the big woods and we'll leave them there.
I will not do that to my own children. Do you think that I will leave them there where they can be in danger?
The four of us will die anyway.
She insisted so much in that idea that the woodcutter finally agreed. But Hansel and Gretel were not sleeping. They were listening to the whole conversation.
Don't cry, little sister. I have an idea to find our way back home.
Next morning, when they went into the forest, their stepmother gave each one of them a piece of bread. In the deep forest.
Don't eat this bread before lunch, because this is all you are going to eat today.
We won't. While they were walking, Hansel was leaving trail of breadcrumbs in order to find their way backward. And when they reached the deep forest, their stepmother said to them,
Stay here until we come to pick you up.
Hansel and Gretel did as they were told, but then the light came.
Come on, Gretel, it's time to find our way home.
I'll help you find the breadcrumbs.
I can't find any.
I knew it. The animals ate them. Now what are we going to do?
We need to find a safe place to stay.
Look, there's a cave over there.
Let's go.
They stayed in the cave for a few days without eating, until they finally decided to go out and find some food to eat. They walked deep into the forest when suddenly they saw something new.
What is that over there?
It looks like a little house.
Let's take a closer look.
And so they went to the little house, at the witch's house.
This house is weird. Look, Gretel. It's all made up of chocolate cookies and bread.
And it's delicious.
I've never tasted anything like this in my whole life.
It was then that the witch opened the door.
How did you get here, little children?
We got lost in the forest.
Oh, poor of you. Please come inside.
No,
I don't think we should.
Don't worry, she will not harm us.
Of course not. I am an old, very old lady.
See, Gretel is like our grandmother.
You can even stay here with me. I live here all alone in the forest. I will cook for you. You look so thin and weak.
the two brothers stayed with the witch, but Hansel knew deep inside him that there was something.
What is wrong?
Why does she care so much about us if she doesn't even know us?
And she gives us so much food.
She wants us to be fat.
To eat us.
Oh no!
The witch was hiding behind the door, listening to every word they said.
You're right. Get in the oven.
In the oven? It's too small.
Of course not. Even I fit in it. Look.
Then the witch got inside the oven and quickly they shut the door, leaving her sleeping inside.
Come on, run!
They ran outside the house as fast as they could. They walked for 2 days until they reached the old house in the cottage.
We are finally home.
They knocked at the door and their father opened it.
My dear children,
Father!
my wife died, and all this time I have been thinking of you.
We miss you.
We suffered a lot, but we learned to survive ourselves.
Please forgive me.
We love you. There is nothing to forgive.
story of Miss Nelson is awesome.
It's about some terrible kids who misbehave at school. Let's see what's happened.
Santos viene hasta aquí y se tira. Era la protagonista de este cuento. La llama al móvil y no me coge.
The kids enrolled in 207 were misbehaving again for Miss Nelson. They were the worst behaved class in the school.
And class now sit down.
But they could not behave. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Haha, giggle, giggle. Hey, look at this funny face.
Haha, look, I can touch my tongue to my nose.
They were even rude during story time.
Once upon a time there were.
Do we have to do work?
I don't want to.
Well, I think sometimes we'll have to be down about this.
The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, now we can really act up. Yeah, let's be just terrible.
Not so bad.
A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them.
I am your new teacher, Miss Viola-san.
Where is Miss Nelson?
Never mind that. Open this book.
Miss Nelson kids did as they were told. Miss Viola-san was a real witch. She meant business. She put them to work and gave them lots of homework.
We'll have my story. I was today. Keep your mouth shut and be still. And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry.
Days went by and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids were really missing her. After all, she was pretty nice.
I miss Miss Nelson.
The kids tried to figure out what happened to her. They thought they would be stuck with Miss Viola-san forever. Then, one day,
Hello, children. Did you miss me?
We did.
Where were you?
That's my little secret. How about a story time?
Oh, yes.
Miss Nelson noticed that no one was rude or silly during story time.
What brought about this lovely change?
That's our little secret.
Back at home, Miss Nelson hung up her coat in the closet, right next to another black dress. She sang a little song.
I'll never tell.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs will be told by Tercero S.
A popular tale that will come to life with this group of students.
Once upon a time, in a great castle, a prince's daughter grew up happy and contented in spite of a jealous stepmother. She was very pretty, with blue eyes and long black hair. Her skin was delicate and fair, and so she was called Snow White. Everyone was quite sure she would become very beautiful. Though her stepmother was a weak woman too, she was very beautiful, and the magic mirror told her this every day, whenever she asked her.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the loveliest lady in the land?
The reply was always,
You are your majesty.
until the dreadful day when she heard it said.
Snow White is the loveliest in the land.
The stepmother was furious and, wild with jealousy, began plotting to get rid of her rival. Calling one of her trusty servants, she bribed him with a rich reward to take Snow White into the forest far away from the castle. Then, unseen, he was to put her to death. The greedy servant, attracted to the reward, agreed to do this deed, and he led the innocent little girl away. However, when they came to the fatal spot, the man's courage failed him, and leaving Snow White sitting beside a tree, he mumbled an excuse and ran off. Snow White was all alone in the forest. Night came, but the servant did not return. Snow White, alone in the dark forest, began to cry bitterly. She thought she could feel terrible eyes spying on her, and she heard strange sounds and rustlings that made her heart thump. At last, overcome by tiredness, she fell asleep calm under a tree. Snow White slept fitfully, wakening from time to time with a start and staring into the darkness around her. Several times she thought she felt something, or somebody touched her as she slept. At last, down walked the forest to the song of the birds, and Snow White awoke too. A full world was stirring to life, and the little girl was glad to see how silly her fears had been. However, the thick trees were like a wall round her, and as she tried to find out where she was, she came upon a path. She walked along it, hopefully, and she walked till she came to a clearing. There stood a strange cottage, with a tiny door, tiny windows, and a tiny chimney pot. Everything about the cottage was much tinier than it ought to be. Snow White pushed the door open.
I wonder who lives here.
She said to herself, peeping round the kitchen.
What tiny plates and spoons. There must be 7 of them. The table's laid for 7 people.
Upstairs was a bedroom with 7 neat little beds. Going back to the kitchen, Snow White had an idea.
I'll make them something to eat. When they come home, they'll be glad to find a meal ready.
Towards dusk, 7 tiny men marched homeward singing. But when they opened the door, to their surprise, they found a bowl of hot steaming soup on the table, and the whole house began and span. Upstairs was Snow White, fast asleep on one of the beds. The chief dwarf rocked her gently.
Who are you?
Snow White told them her sad story, and tears sprang to the dwarf's eyes. Then one of them said, as he noisily blew his nose,
Stay here with us. All right.
They cheered, dancing joyfully round the little girl. The dwarf said to Snow White,
You can live here and tend to the house while we are down the mine. Don't worry about your stepmother leaving you in the forest. We love you and we will take care of you.
Snow White gratefully accepted their hospitality, and next morning the dwarfs set off for work. But they warned Snow White not to open the door to strangers. Meanwhile, the servant had returned to the castle with the heart of a raw deer. He gave it to the cruel stepmother, telling her it belonged to Snow White, so that he could claim the reward. Highly pleased, the stepmother turned again to the magic mirror, but her hopes were dashed, for the mirror replied.
The loveliest in the land is still Snow White, who lives in the seven dwarfs' cottage, down in the forest.
The stepmother was beside herself with rage.
She must die, she must die.
Disguising herself as an old peasant woman, she put a poison apple with the others in her basket. Then, taking the quickest way into the forest, she crossed the swamp at the edge of the trees. She reached the bank unseen, just as Snow White stood waving goodbye to the seven dwarfs on their way to the mine. Snow White was in the kitchen when she heard the song at the door.
Who is there?
She called suspiciously, remembering the dwarf's advice.
I'm an old peasant woman selling apples.
I don't need any apples, thank you.
But they are beautiful apples and ever so juicy.
I'm not supposed to open the door to anyone.
I'm quite right too, good girl. If you promise not to open up to strangers, then of course you can buy. You are a good girl indeed. As a reward for being good, I'm going to make you a gift of one of my apples.
Without a further thought, Snow White opened the door just a tiny crack to take the apple.
There, now isn't that a nice apple?
Snow White bit into the fruit, and as she did, fell to the ground in a faint. The effect of the terrible poison left her lifeless instantaneously. Now, chuckling heavily, the wicked stepmother hurried off, but as she ran across the swamp, she tripped and fell into the quicksand. No one heard her cries for help, as she disappeared without a trace. Meanwhile, the dwarfs came out of the mine to find the sky had grown dark and stormy. Loud thunder echoed through the valleys, and streaks of lightning ripped the sky. Worried about Snow White, they ran as quickly as they could down the mountain to the cottage. There, they found Snow White, lying still and lifeless, the poison apple by her side. They did their best to bring her around, but it was no use. They wept and wept for a long time. Then they laid her on a bed of rose petals, carried her into the forest, and put her in a crystal coffin. Each day they laid a flower there. Then, one evening, they discovered a strange young man admiring Snow White's lovely face through the glass. After listening to the story, the prince, for he was a prince, made a suggestion.
If you allow me to take her to the castle, I'll go and pay the doctor to waken her from this spectral sleep. She's so lovely. I love to kiss her.
He did, and stopped by magic, the prince's kiss broke the spell. To everyone's astonishment, Snow White opened her eyes. She had immensely come back to life. Now in love, the prince asked Snow White to marry him, and the dwarfs reluctantly had to say goodbye to Snow White. From that day on, Snow White lived happily in a great castle. But from time to time, she was drawn back to visit the little cottage down in the forest.
Teresa will tell us a crazy story.
Some characters of the most popular tales appear in the story. What a mess!
And now I'm going to tell you the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Well, once upon a time, there was a little girl who...
Help! Help! Please somebody help me.
But what's this? Who are you?
I'm Snow White and my stepmother is after me. She wants to get rid of me. Then
Wait, little girl. I am the narrator and I am telling the story of Little Red Riding Hood. I have the impression that you came to the wrong story. Anyway, over there, you will find a little house. Go in there so you can escape from your stepmother.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, really.
Whose house are making all that noise?
It's me, Snow White. Please save me, Dowers. My stepmother is after me. But you are not Dowers. Who are you?
My goodness, we are the three little pigs. We are hiding from the law. Come in, hurry up. Don't worry, we will protect you from your stepmother.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-la. I am following the path to my granny's house.
Hey, wait. Don't you see that it's not your time to appear on her. She was going to take some bread and honey to her grandmother, who lived in the woods, when a wolf appeared.
Oh, what a pretty girl. Who are you?
I am Little Red Riding Hood, but my favorite color is pink. Ha ha, but what are you doing here?
I'm the wolf, but I don't harm anybody.
Please, can you try on this little crystal soup? A
crystal
soup? Yes, I'm looking for Cinderella, and this belongs to her.
I heard that Prince Charming was coming.
You never know what may happen with some characters.
You are right, sweet thing.
Well, nobody lets me tell the story, so I am going to finish it anyway. When Prince Charming from Cinderella saw Snow White, he threw away the suit and decided to get married and have a big wedding celebration. They invited Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf, the three little pigs, Spider-Man, and the seven dwarfs. They all were very happy, especially the wolf, who was a good wolf because he didn't want to harm anybody.
And the winner is...
Tercero de ESO B, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.